trouble finding your words, foggy thinking, a kind of a pink tint to your eyes, fatigue, muscle wasting, unexplained rashes, frequent colds, chronic sinusitis, bedwetting in children, headaches. If you have 2 or more of these symptoms, you need to get your home checked for mold. Now that is easier said than done. I have been working with mold illness for many, many years. And in fact, in my office, I do a little screening where I take a Petri dish and I just tap around on people's clothes when they come in for the first time and just see, do I get a Petri dish full of mold? You would be shocked at how many people have mold in their environment, and that's what's making them sick. The testing for mold is very tricky. Most companies will come out to your house, they will take a sample of the air outside, and then they'll take a sample of the air inside in 1 or more rooms of your home. And then they compare the levels of the 2. And there's a few problems with that. Number 1, these air samples change. You're getting 1 snapshot in 1 moment in time. And some of the molds do not become airborne very well. Stachybotrys, which is what we know as black mold, doesn't even get airborne very easily. So you could have a problem with that you miss. Anyone who tests your house for mold should do a very thorough visual inspection. And the best place to start with that is with your HVAC, your heating and air conditioning unit. They should go inside the unit and look around. They should look inside the ductwork. And not all companies will do that. There are very common things that can happen with your HVAC that will allow mold to set up shop. There are different materials that your ductwork can be made of, and these can contribute to how easily you grow a mold problem. Sheet metal is the first material, and sheet metal is the most protective from growing mold. There's just really not that much for mold spores to stick to, so it doesn't set up shop as easily. The next best material would be the flexible ductwork. And that is aluminum. It's made so that you can bend it around corners and things like that more easily. So there's little dents. Things can still get trapped there, but sometimes you don't have a choice. Just the way the house is built, sometimes you have to use that. The worst material you can have in your ductwork is if it's made of fiberboard. Now this has a lot of ability to hold on to mold spores as the air is passing through the ductwork. So even if you have a little bit of an issue from moisture in your home, the bathroom exhaust fan, going into the ductwork, all of that, that kind of material will hold the mold spores more, and they just build on each other and grow. Almost like, in your arteries, that things can build up in the body. This is, your HVAC is the lungs of your home, and the ductwork is like the arteries and the veins of your home. So they must be clean. Now, one should periodically clean their ductwork. How often you need to clean it depends on the conditions in your home. If you have pets, you need to clean it way more often, even up to once a year if you have multiple pets. Children, for whatever reason, also contribute. And I don't know, I guess they spill things and whatever, but pets are number 1. If you also or additionally have kids, then you need a little bit more regular cleaning. But depending on the quality of your air, every 2 to 3 years should be adequate to clean your ductwork. If you don't do it correctly and there is mold there, you can blow it throughout the whole house. So there's a certification you need to look for. The initials of that certifying organization are NADCA. So anybody that cleans your ductwork should be certified. Old carpet is another place that can really, really hold on to mold in the home. And your carpet should be tested. Companies can take vacuum samples of your carpet and run it through and see if there's any mold in the carpet. Because again, if you have spilled things on the carpet, if you have pets that have wet the carpet, that's begging for mold to grow. Highly recommend my mold ebook. I spell all of this out. It's a very inexpensive book, and it's on my website on the shop page, and I will put the link in the description below. When people come to me in my office, oftentimes they have spent years trying to get healthy from all kinds of degenerative health issues that mold was the factor behind. So please get yourself checked, get that mold ebook, and learn what you can do to protect and heal yourself.